guys, you are probably a freshman in high school, but even if you aren't, this video could still be useful to you. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my high school experience and how I got into UGA. The best piece of advice anybody ever gave me was my mentor who oversaw my freshman homeroom. And he said, high school is what you make it. If you want it to be fun, you gotta make it fun. You gotta participate in homecoming week. You gotta go all out for football games. You can do whatever you want. My number one piece of advice is to join something. I joined track my freshman year, but it didn't really fit with me until sophomore year, and I actually found my closest group of friends there, and we were kind of like a little family, and that is, you can find that anywhere. You can find it in drama, you can find it in a club, any sport. Just join something, even if you don't think that you'll like it, because it's going to impact probably your whole life. If I could do high school over, I would do full-time dual enrollment junior and senior year, and I probably would have started part-time earlier, but we're not allowed at my high school to start before junior year because I would have knocked so many more credits out, and I would have possibly been able to graduate college after 2 years instead of 3, which I'm currently doing, and I also would have started working immediately. I did get a job when I was 14, but then I quit before I turned 15, and I didn't get another job until this past summer. If I had been working that whole time, I could have earned probably up to like $30,000, and I would have been a lot more comfortable in college. Right now I'm kind of nervous, I don't have enough money for a car, and if I'd been working, all of these problems would be solved. Now, applying to college. Start your essays early. I started my college application essays right after junior year, like probably the first week of summer, because I'm just a very motivated person. I'm not saying you have to start that early, just be thinking about them, know the topics, know what you're gonna write about, because I was only planning on applying to 5 schools, and I ended up applying to 11, so if I had waited later to do all those essays, it would have been so overwhelming. So there's a lot of stuff that you don't know that might happen. You just gotta be prepared. I'm just gonna give you a quick overview of my stats so you can see kind of what you want to aim for UGA. Now, I really have no idea how I got into this school or what it was that put me over the top. This is just what I came in with. And I will actually link a spreadsheet in the description of all of my classes, all of my test scores, all of my extracurriculars, so that if you just want to see it and you're a visual learner, you can go and check that out. First up, my GPA. I applied to college with a 3.9-ish. I was in between 3.9 and 4, and that was mostly made up of honors with a little bit of AP classes. I think I took 6 APs, and I only took 2 on-level classes. I took on-level Gov senior year, and I took on-level online pre-calc in between sophomore and junior year. And also PE and health was on-level because you can't do a higher level of that. I took that between my freshman and sophomore year. By the time I graduated high school, I had taken 7 AP classes and 7 AP tests. I'm not sure if they take those into account, but I passed all of them except for AP World, which I got a 2 on because I dropped out of that class in December, and I'd already paid for the test, so I was like, might as well take it. I took the SAT when I was a sophomore, and I got a not so great score. I got a 1060. Then I took the ACT junior year, and I got a 31. At the time, I was looking at Alabama, which has a scholarship for 32, so I was aiming for 32. So I took it again 5-ish months later, and I did end up getting a 32. And because I was also looking at Michigan State, which has a scholarship for 33, I was going to take it again to aim for a 33, but Corona happened. I was a part of 7 clubs during high school, and some of them were only 1 year, some of them were all 4 years, but if you want to go see a list of them, they are on the spreadsheet. A lot of them are particular to my high school, but there are some big ones that I would look into because colleges are very familiar with them. There's HOSA, which is for biomedical career-focused people, and that is a national thing, so it's very well known. And I was also part of Last Year Ambassadors, which was the mentorship program I was talking about earlier. So that is kind of a leadership position, and you could write about that in an essay or talk about it in a college application. So I would check to see if there's anything like that at your school. And then I was a part of 3 National Honor Societies: English, Science, and just the normal one. There's nothing really to say about those ones. I was on varsity track for 4 years, and I also did travel soccer. The first 2 years of high school, I quit to focus more on track. I had over 200 hours of volunteer work, and I put down my work as a hostess when I was 14, and I also put down I worked as a model. And then a big thing on my application that I really believe really helped was I interned under a clinical psychologist, and we spent probably like 6 weeks together. I would go in once every week, and he emphasized so much how important internships were, and that once I got to college I should really focus on internships if I wanted to go to grad school. So colleges really look at internships because it's real life experience and there's no way to really fake it. So I really urge you, if your GPA is kind of low or your test scores are kind of low, get an internship. I just realized I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I dual enrolled my senior year, and a lot of, I'm not saying that they like specifically want these, because a lot of counselors at my high school were like, they don't really like dual enrollment, you should aim for AP tests or AP classes, but a lot of people that I know that did dual enrollment got into UGA. So. And if you don't know what dual enrollment is, I took some high school classes. You can take all college classes, but you take some high school classes and then you can take online college classes where you don't have to go anywhere, or you can actually go in person, which is what I did, and it was so fun. It got me so much college experience, so I was less nervous my first year of college, and I'm actually going into college as a freshman, so I can graduate, or as a sophomore, so I can graduate in 3 years instead of 4. Back to the topic of essays. Mine weren't that great, but honestly, looking at the rest of my application, I really don't know why I would have got in if it wasn't because of my essays. So they can really make or break your application. The evaluators see so many applications every single day, and they just see numbers, and eventually it just all blurs together. So the essays are really what catches their attention. Make yours bold and make yours important. That's really all I can think of to tell you guys on advice of how to get into UGA and high school advice, but I also have a bunch of social advice. If you just want to ask me a question, my DMs are always open. I try to answer them every day. So just shoot me a question or type it in the comments and I'll answer it there. But I hope you have a good day, and I hope the rest of high school treats you well.